Hello and welcome to the Carolina Panthers Football in My Mind podcast. I'm your host, Luke Farber. What is in this mind today? Well, we are on the cusp of week 8 of the NFL season, and your one and only Carolina Panthers have a winning record. That's right, baby. Uh, yeah, we're welcoming the Buffalo Bills this week. Carolina North is coming to the bank. But before we get into that, just wanted to let everybody out there know, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, all the socials. We're on all the podcast networks. Give us a like, subscribe, share. Make sure you click on those notifications so you know when we're releasing stuff. Thanks for the support. We really appreciate it. It helps us reach the masses. So let's get into this game, huh? Now, like I said before, Buffalo is Carolina North. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, it was after our 2015 run to the Super Bowl, Cam Newton's MVP year, the 15-1 regular season, 17-2. Overall, unfortunately, we lost the Super Bowl to Peyton Manning, Von Miller, really, and the Denver Broncos. And it was, I'll get on my soapbox just here for a second. If we had won that game, people would not be able to deny Cam Newton's greatness for that. He was great his entire career, but obviously that year was in a different stratosphere. And that team overall would have only been the fourth overall team, I believe, to win the Super Bowl with only one loss. And of course, there's only one undefeated team to ever win the Super Bowl, the 72 Miami Dolphins. So we would have had a great spot in history, and unfortunately, nobody remembers us. And it still stings. But anyway, I got off on a tangent there. After we ended up losing the Super Bowl, we lost our defensive coordinator, who was Sean McDermott. Where did he go? He went up to Buffalo, and he's been the head coach ever since. Their general manager, Brandon Beane, also came from Carolina. So many people from our organization migrated north up there, and so many players that have left here have migrated north as well. The newest addition, Shaq Thompson. We're going to see Shaq back in the bank this Sunday, which will be wonderful. I know we're going to welcome him back with open arms, but we want to beat him, right? So, what are the keys to us winning this game? First of all, let's check the injury report. There's only one guy on our injury report, and yes, it is our quarterback, our leader, Bryce Young. And he is doubtful. He has not practiced all week. Earlier in the week, I said that, I've had some high ankle sprains myself, and I have. And it is a difficult injury. I also said the way it looked on TV in time, it didn't look so severe to me. Well, if he's not practicing, it's severe enough. And that's another thing is it really matters what leg it's on for a quarterback. It's on his right leg. So that's his drive leg. That's the leg you push off of to throw, to get your drive, to get the strength behind the ball and the accuracy. And if Bryce can't go out there and do that consistently, that's a tough thing for a quarterback, and it's not going to be good for the team. So that can really hinge on how this is going to go down for Bryce and company. Plus, having had several of these injuries, I know that it's one that takes a good amount of time to heal, which means that whenever Bryce comes back, he's probably still not going to be 100%. And he's not going to be 100% until the end of the year when he can really get some elongated rest to heal those ligaments. But so what I've seen from Dan Morgan, Dave Canales, our brass recently is that we care about winning now, but we're definitely keeping a good eye on the long term right now. And long term, we need Bryce out there. We need him as close to 100% as we can so he can have zip and accuracy on those balls that he delivers in tight windows as good as anybody in the league. So he needs to be healthy enough to do that. And if he isn't, hey, let's go with the vet. Let's go with Andy Dalton. I expect to see him on Sunday. So he didn't look great coming in against the Jets, but that's often difficult coming in cold in the second half of a game. Other teams' defense is rolling, know what you want to do, what you're trying to do. And No, he's no spring chicken anymore either. So the Red Rifle's got his work cut out for him with the Buffalo Bills defense this week. But I think there are some very good keys to his success, which I hope we can see. And let's go into those right now. Hey, our best offensive weapon is the run game. Lean into Rico and Chuba and ride those horses, work the effective play action, get separation, and give Andy Dalton big windows to throw into. I've noticed in the time that he has gotten in and played for us, his accuracy is not what it was when he was a younger guy. So if we can get him larger windows, that's going to bode well for us. So lean into Rico, lean into Chuba, lean into the running game. Let's get the complementary play action, and let's see if we can get XL loose for the second straight week, involve those tight ends, really try and spread the ball around so Buffalo can't key in on one or two individuals, and we can really get a diversified offensive attack, which is the best kind. So, how are we going to handle Buffalo? What they're going to throw at us defensively? Well, when it comes to their defensive line, they've got some studs up front. Luckily for us, somebody we know very well, defensive tackle Daquan Jones, will be out for this game. They have several defenders, including safety Taylor Rapp, who will also be out, and a few others on the injury report as questionable. So that may give us a leg up here and there if they're missing some of their guys. But we can't count on that. NFL players are paid for a reason. The next guy comes in and does his job, and we have to assume that they're going to come at us. They're coming off their bye. They're going to be more well-rested than us. Luckily, we've got the game at home. But if you look at the Buffalo Bills sack totals, they have 15 sacks on the year, but nobody on their team individually has more than two. So that means they have a plethora of guys that can get it done. And that is the best way to have pass rush in the NFL. If you can have multitude of guys that you can roll in and roll out of the lineup on the field to keep them as fresh as possible, especially late in the game when you really need those closing sacks. So we're going to need to be on top of our game. Plus, if we can lean into that run game, it's going to slow down their pass rush naturally because they can't just assume that we're going to drop back and throw and pin their ears back and rush as hard as they can every time. That will be the key. Plus, I think there are some matchups that we can take advantage of. Their linebackers against our running backs in space. If we can get Rico and Chuba in the passing game, maybe on some screens or some rollouts, that's going to bode well for our offense. Now, we all know that Buffalo is coming in with their quarterback, reigning NFL MVP Josh Allen, and he is a handful for anybody, home or away. So we're going to have to be on our toes. He's a big dude. He reminds me of Cam Newton. It's no surprise that the dudes in Carolina North drafted a dude who reminded them of Cam Newton. And he is a phenomenal playmaker with his legs and his arms. He does things off schedule all the time. JC, Mike Jack, Morig, Ransom, Scott, everybody in the back end is going to have to be sticky on their receivers for an extra few seconds, the way that Allen can extend plays. They're also going to want to lean into their running back and their running game with James Cook. He is a top 5 back in this league right now, and they have a top rushing attack because of him and Allen in combination. So those gap responsibilities for our run defense are going to be key. And it's another great test for us. And I'm thankful this one is at home, where our defense and the crowd at the bank can really get behind everybody. Now, everybody's got to come out because Buffalo travels. Those Bills Mafia, they go everywhere with their team. So we're going to have to show up and show out at the bank on Sunday to keep it a home crowd. But like I said, this is another challenge for our top rush defense, and Derek Brown and company are going to have to be solid and dominant up front to make Josh Allen and this Buffalo Bills offense one-dimensional, and hopefully we can get after him. Last week we saw a much better pass rush from the team, but we went against a porous offensive line. Can we see more of that this week at home? That is going to determine a lot for this season and this defense. Can we bring about the pass rush? Can we develop it? Can we put pressure on these quarterbacks, make them uncomfortable, and force them into more mistakes so JC can pick off a couple of more passes? So this is going to be a great matchup. I expect better things out of Andy Dalton this week than last week. I expect our defense to be raring to go at home. The Bills are going to be rested coming off their bye week and determined to get out and get a victory because they lost before the bye. And you can call me a homer again, but I'm going with us. Hey, the way our defense is cooking right now, our playmakers on offense are really coming around. I say shovel that ball into Rico as much as possible and let the old vet go win you one game, and hopefully Bryce can come back next week. Carolina takes it down 27-24 at home over Carolina North. That's right, your own Buffalo Bills. Let's go keep pounding. All right, let's get into these other games to preview for the week. We got the Jets at Bengals, 0-7 versus 3-4. Now, the Bengals did get a shot in the arm with adding Joe Flacco the other week, but can he sustain his level of play with that offense? They've got great playmakers. You would hope so, especially against a team like the Jets, although the Jets defense is playing very strong. The Bengals should probably win this one at home, though. Bears at Ravens. Lamar Jackson been practicing this week, but unfortunately is out again for the Ravens. They're going to have to win this one with their backup quarterback, Cooper Rush. And Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are coming into town hot. Is that defense going to be able to rebound after their bye week and shore up the things that really made them vulnerable in the back end? If they don't, Chicago could run away with this one. Dolphins at Falcons. Michael Penix injured, and Kirk Cousins may start. It's really up in the air. Either way, they're going against a Dolphins team that is really talently challenged, and Tua seems the leadership doesn't seem on the same page there. The coach and the quarterback are kind of going back on different things in the media, and it's not pretty down in Miami. I feel sorry for those Dolphins fans, especially since they are the owners of the only undefeated Super Bowl champ in NFL history. But I see them getting run over by Bijan Robinson and company, regardless of what quarterback is in there for Atlanta. 49ers at Texans. Niners visiting their old buddy DeMeco Ryans down in Houston. This is an interesting one just because the Niners are an interesting bit of enigma to me, just because they've had so many key players out and they just keep on winning games. And we got to give Kyle Shanahan a round of applause for the coaching job he's done so far. And Robert Saleh, everybody's talking about the defense and all the young guys getting up to speed real quick. Houston has been a disappointment, especially offensively all year. Their defense gets after you, but they can't score points. They can't protect CJ Stroud. They can't stay consistent on offense. And I believe Nico Collins is going to miss this game. Still, Texans are a desperate team. I expect them to come out and do something for those tackles, send the tight ends out, send the backs out, help on the defensive ends, and give Stroud enough time to find anybody down the field. And you're going to allow that defense to hunt when the other team's chasing points, and you're going to go off on them. You're going to win the game. Houston takes this one down. Giants at Eagles. Eagles seemed to get back on track last week, but A.J. Brown's out this week, and I'm still not convinced. They did lean into the passing game last week, but their running game is still nowhere near it was last year, the year before that. So really, until Philly becomes a consistent team that can run the football again, they're going to be vulnerable offensively. And with the youth and the injuries they've had on defense, they're not as dominant as they have been. This is going to be a much closer game, I think, than people realize. It's a division game. Sure, it's in Philly, but Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo, they, they've got enough talent and moxie to get it done. So watch out, Philly. Browns at Patriots. I think the Browns' best chance to win games this year comes at home. That doesn't mean they can't challenge the Patriots, but the Patriots have been looking real solid lately. Drake may not make mistakes that he made earlier in the season, and if that continues, I don't see any reason why they lose this game. Buccaneers at Saints, another tricky game. If the Bucs receivers and offense are still not healthy enough to produce what they normally produce, we know Mike Evans is out with a broken collarbone for at least a couple of months. Emeka Ibuka should be playing in this game, but how healthy is he really? Is Chris Godwin going to play? I don't think so. Who else is going to step up and make plays for Baker Mayfield? Bucky Irving's still out. Rashad White's a solid back, but he ain't Irving. So going into New Orleans, into that dome, is always a hard place to play for division opponents. And this one could get away from the Bucs if they don't stay on their P's and Q's. Titans at Colts. Colts. Moving on. Cowboys at Broncos. I think the Broncos are another team like the Eagles for me. They're uber talented. The Broncos more so on defense, the Eagles more so on offense, but they have shown such an inconsistency game to game, week to week, quarter to quarter. If you're looking at the Broncos, especially last week when they scored 33 points in the fourth. So they're another team that I don't particularly trust. And, imagine me saying that I trust Dallas more than Denver, especially in Denver if we look back at how awful Dallas's defense was in the beginning of the year, I never would have thought that was coming. But honestly, I'm taking the Cowboys in a trap game here. So we'll go with that. Packers Steelers Sunday night. Aaron Rodgers taking on his own team in his new team spot. This should be an interesting one. I don't know. I don't trust either of these two teams. Like we've said before, we're in the point of the NFL season where no real elite team has separated themselves at this point. So there's a lot of attrition, there's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of medium going on here. And these are two teams that have plenty of talent, especially defensively. And offensively, they're still kind of waiting to click. And if they're able to put everything together at the same time, both of these look like playoff teams and look like teams that could work their way into the championship game. So this will be an interesting one to watch. I'm still waiting for Jordan Love to break out in the way that kind of everybody has been waiting for Jordan Love to break out. He's had his moments, but it's that consistency. It's always consistency that's going to make you and take you to the next level. Monday night, we got Chiefs and Commanders. No Jaden Daniels again, hamstring injury. Patrick Mahomes at home. They've been rolling recently. The Commanders, especially without Jaden Daniels, they are getting Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel back, so that should help Marcus Mariota and company. But Kansas City's defense is too good, and they're going to shut them down. This one goes KC's way. Absolutely. All right, we worked our way through all those games. It's going to be another great week of NFL football. Oh, before I forget, I was texting with a friend the other night who was talking about the show and said it was their first year playing fantasy football. I know lots of people play. I mean, so many people play fantasy football. It's such a different thing than when I first started playing. I actually started playing when I was in junior high. My older brother had gotten a book about fantasy football for Christmas that year from our parents because he was a big stat geek, before stat geeks were running the world. And he organized a group of friends, and we would, this was before the internet really worked for on a consumer basis. So we were checking the newspapers every Monday and and Tuesday to get the stats to see who scored and to see whose teams were like. And I think back then it was all just touchdowns. It wasn't even yards. But so I did fantasy football for a long, 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 long time, and we stuck with this same group of people for over 20 years, I believe. And then we all kind of phased out after a while. It's like we were getting into adulthood and we've been doing it for so long. And honestly, years ago I said I had retired. I have snuck back into some leagues in recent years just for shits and giggles. I mean, nothing serious, but it can be fun as long as I don't spend too much time on it or too much effort. And honestly, I just like to watch football for football's sake. Rooting for fantasy stats doesn't really float my boat, as it were. But anyway, um, maybe we'll be talking some fantasy on later episodes. I'll give you guys some of my insights and experience, and we'll go from there. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe. Make sure the notifications are on. Remember, we're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, all the socials. Go ahead and check us out. All that info's in the link below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.